Are you happy, bitch? Are you happy? I'm fucking turning. I'm turning. Goodbye. I get annoyed. I get annoyed with people being impatient, mainly because I work in restaurants, so like I have to deal with that all the time. That's why I told him to take me out the drive-thru window. Because people are just so fucking rude. The thing is, though, there's some people in the drive-thru that work where I work, and I've told them, I'm like, you're fucking rude. Like, you don't need to be rude. Like, I know that people are stupid. I feel like because I know that people are stupid, that's what makes me wise. Honestly. Like, that's what it is. I know how stupid the human race is, okay? And because I know how stupid the human race is, I don't expect much from the human race. I was told in every drive-thru that I've ever worked that I was the best drive-thru person. And the reason for that was because I listen and I can multitask out the ass. That's why I shoot videos and play keys and eat and do all kinds of shit when I drive around. It's like I'm so good at multitasking, mainly because I have a uterus. But I got in trouble though. Like every place I worked, I got in trouble for my mouth. And there's only been a couple times that I've actually cursed at people. I'm usually pretty good about that. But I will say that when that has occurred, I felt really bad about it and cried. Because I don't want to be that way. If people are ugly to me, I don't want to be ugly right back. I don't think that that's the way to win. You can't let people get to you like that. It's just not worth it. But it absolutely amazes me, like, how low morale there is. And how people just don't care, like, how they treat others, you know? The main reason why people would get onto me in the drive-thru is because I don't have affect. I would do my job really well, but because I wasn't enthusiastic when taking an order, people thought that I was a cunt. Which is funny. Because I'm like the sweetest person. I'm one of those weirdos that actually believes in treating people like equals. All these people that bitch about equality, that talk about how, oh yeah, we need to make things equal. They don't actually believe in equality. Because if they did, they wouldn't give certain people special treatment all because they look a certain way. But anyway, I treat everybody the same. I mean, I'm cool with my friends. I'm cool with people that know me. But I'm not gonna, like, mistreat you, rather. I'm not gonna do that all because of the way that you look or whatever. Like, there's this dude that's in the drive-thru who's, like, in the LGBT or whatever it is. I don't know. And he, like, paints his nails and... Like, there's this chick that, like, came through last night that was, like, screaming at my manager about him. And she started talking shit about him and his appearance and all that. And it was just totally, like, irrelevant, you know? And it's like, whatever your opinion is on that. Like, it's just like... I can see it from a lot of different angles. I can see how, like, this degeneracy is terrible for the culture, right? Now, I know I've mentioned this before, but let's mention it again. Let's mention it for, like, the 500,000th time, okay? I don't know why anybody's complaining about anything. Like, in relation to the degeneracy. Regarding the LGBT, regarding all the racial violence that's occurring. It's like, first of all, this just keeps happening over and over again. And people, maybe they're not stupid. They're just ignorant, man. They're ignorant. And when you try to tell them why it's happening, they just run away because they don't want to face the truth that it's always going to be, you know, the same pieces of crap that are controlling the narrative. So if they're controlling the narrative now in relation to like the race war and feminism and all that, if they're controlling the narrative now, what makes you think they weren't controlling it then? And, you know, the founding fathers and all that bullshit. It's like, people just have this grotesquely false idea of what this country is. And I remember when Twitter came out, I remember saying to myself, because nobody else was paying attention, I remember saying to myself, this website is going to prove that America is no different than every other shithole country. And it's funny how I was right. And I'm not even on the site. I mean, I never got on the site because I knew this was going to happen. And all that shit with Elon Musk, this is all a game, y'all. I don't know why people are optimistic about anything on the internet. It's just so dumb. It's so dumb. Oh my God. It's like you're really excited about a social media site. Like the fact that Republicans are excited about a social media site. I just can't wait for Jesus to come back. Like that's all I'm saying, man. Hey, at least I got my cold brew right. It's the little things. It's the little things. But anyway, back to the degeneracy. It's like, that's the epitome of degenerate. The fact that people can't even have a conversation, or the fact that people can't do things without documenting it. The fact that people are just having all these little petty squabbles online. It's just so stupid, you know? And like, this is their life, you know? So it's like, how can you complain about people going to a gender store and swapping their parts? You know, how can you complain about that when your brain chemistry, your dopamine intake is contingent on how much you use social media? I mean, like, how? Well, I was about to say, how can people not see it? But this is why they can't see it, because this is all they're seeing. If they saw themselves, if they saw what was happening to their brain, if I seem like I'm beating a dead horse, it's because I care, damn it. It's not because I just want to bitch. I'd rather stop bitching. It's just something that I can't stop talking about, because I just look at all these children, man, and they're just fucking doomed. I feel like the only kids that I have any hope for are kids that go to my church. And mainly because they have smart parents that are traditional, and they're not going to give their kids a phone or a tablet or whatever the fuck. They're just going to allow their children to be children. I mean, I noticed that in my church. You know, all the kids have so much energy. They're running around. But it's like the adults, not the ones at my church, but like just the adults in the real world, or whatever you want to call this bullshit. It's like they have the same level of an attention span because of technology. They've totally been infantilized. Let that sink in.